Hello, here's a video on how to use real estate within MineLife. So the first thing you're going to want to do is obtain a golden hoe to select your plot of land. In this tutorial we're going to use this plot of land right here to demonstrate. So what you want to do is you typically want to go at least a couple blocks under your piece of land and make sure you get underneath as well. And by left clicking it says position 1 set, right click another block to set position 2. So I'll fly over here, and then what you want to do is you kind of just want to build up. It's be high enough for me, and so then I'll right click, and it'll show me a plot of land that I have selected. And so now I'll type /e space create. And within here you can set a purchase price if you want to sell the land. You can set a rent price to allow players to rent from you, and you can set a rent period. 1 equals 20 minutes, so if you put 2, that's 40 minutes in real life. 20 minutes is how long one Minecraft day is, so you can kind of say the rent's due every Minecraft day. You can set an intro and an outro. You can set global permissions, renter permissions, estate properties. But for now, I want no one to be allowed to do anything in this plot of land, as it's only going to be mine. So I'll click create, and it says estate created. So now when a player comes into this piece of land and they try breaking blocks, placing blocks, interacting with doors, chests, they won't be able to. But within the MineLife server, they will automatically, unless you're an op, players will be allowed to mess with your chests and everything. In order to protect yourself from that, you're going to need to make locks, and these locks can be placed on. So if you have a chest, you can place a lock on the chest, and that protects the lock from other players, but still allows you to open it. So now, real estate works a lot like Towny. So if I want to rent out each of these houses to players to allow them to rent them and build their own homes on them, etc., I can do that. So for instance, for this one, maybe I'll go right here. I'll go down a little bit. I'll left click again, go over here, make sure I get the whole house. Go up, right click, and then /e create again. This time I'm going to set a rent price of $10 every 1 Minecraft day, and then I need to allow the renter to do things. So I'll allow him to place, break, interact. If you do not have interact on, it automatically stops him from placing blocks. So you need to make sure if you want them to be able to place, you also need to allow interacting. To allow them to open locks, break locks, and maybe to modify members so they can add their friends. Now I'm going to click create, and it says estate created. Now, when a player comes in here, they can rent this piece of property and build within here. What's cool is that I can, if you type /e space modify, you can actually go ahead and redefine all these settings. So as you can see in the mainland, there's no renter permissions, no rent price, no rent period. I go over here to this one, modify, we have a rent price, rent period, and the renter permissions. So if I want to, say I want to add someone to this, I can go to members and I can add a player. Click add, it'll add the player, and they double click on that player. Just adding the player will not give them permissions to the land. You need to actually go through and select each permission the player gets. So I'll give this player maybe everything. And there you go. And then say I want to have a special identifier for this piece of land. That way I know whenever someone rents the land, I know which piece of land it is. I can do /e space identifier, and then the name. So I could do a plot 1 town 1 identifier set. So now whenever I get rent, or whenever the player pays their bills inside the ATM, it'll show plot 1 town 1. And yeah, that's about everything there is to do with real estate. It's not that difficult, and I hope you guys are doing great. See you later.